What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. W's. Happy Friday. W's. Oh. There you go. Now you can hear it. Now you can hear the boy. Happy Friday. So much on this desk. All right, what are we doing? We're building today. We're just doing some building. We're just relaxing. We're doing some building, doing some vaping. We are building the Recoil. Which one is this? The Recoil R3 single coiler, which I'm excited about, as I like the Recoil that I have. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in here. Recoil. Can't find it. Find it, but nonetheless, I did have one. I would have loved to shown it to you, but I don't know where it is. It's one of my more used It's one of my more used devices also, I should say. It's got more use than a lot of other RDAs. I'll just put it that way. Now, did I use it as much as I use this one? Did I use it as much as I used the Hadley, the Entheon, yada yada? No, I didn't use it as much as that, but I did like it a lot. I thought it was a great little RDA. I thought it was a great RDA. This one I'm very excited about. This one is specific. I actually don't really know much about it. I saw Grim Green talking about it on his channel, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know he's still doing stuff. I don't know how relatively new this is or not. Why is this not working now? Jesus Christ. I don't know how relatively new this one is or not. If anyone in chat knows. But I saw it. I saw that it's Team Single Coil, as you can see here, which I am a part of. As a matter of fact, I would say that I am the Martin Luther King of Team Single Coil. I would say that. I would say it. Some people might not say that. I would. I think I would say that. And I would champion it. Because you guys know, I love the single coils. Never really been a dual coil guy other than the very beginning when dual coils were like really popular. I don't know. When they were like first coming out and you could really push a lot of vapor in your device. Then dual coils were good. Before we learned all the crazy coils and stuff, it was just, you just took Kanthal and you wrapped it around and you sometimes spaced your coils. They didn't even touch. You could do 2 of them. Once we learned to touch them and then add 2 of them, then things started to really pop off. That was about the only time I was really a dual coil kind of guy. Using things like the Hexome and the Titan. Where's my Titan at? I know I still have my Titan. Where's that at? I can't find anything these days. We're going to have to do a... There it is. Oh yeah, so this was like the pinnacle of dual coil technology. So this is essentially, these are called Hammond box mods. You could buy these Hammond boxes. From what I know, I could be wrong. Maybe someone in chat knows more than me. But I'm pretty sure Hammond boxes are like electrical boxes. So people were like, oh, these are actually... They seem like they can fit 2 18650s in here. And, you know, in a nice little package. Throw a little sled in there. Boom. I had to do a little, we had to do a little rewiring here. Because this one ended up shorting itself out and melting one of the leads on one of the battery sleds. So I actually bought a soldering gun and ended up fixing this. But it still makes me kind of nervous to use it. I haven't used it in forever. I just like having it. The Hammond box, the MyTech switch. If you can hear this, you can hear that, right? Like that's nostalgia to me. That MyTech switch. Boom, dual coil. You're chucking clouds. You're having a good time. And then somewhere along the way, we've lost our way. We'll just put it that way. Somewhere along the way, we're using pods and disposables made by Big Tobacco, and we've lost our way. And we're filling our lungs up with 50 milligram nicotine. That's not how it used to be, guys. Let's just put it that way. It did not used to be that way, all right? Back in these days. Anyways, we got the Recoil R3 here. Clicky clicky is right. So satisfying. I mean, this is pretty satisfying. Look here. That's more like a mouse click. Anyways, so I got this from, I don't even know if I can say where I got it from. I Googled it and I got it from there, okay? Just put it that way. I Googled it, I said, oh, there it is. Clicked it, bought it, and it got to me. So let's just dig into it, man. Let's just dig into it. Let me take this part off. Let me take this part off. Let me clean this off a little bit. Makes it look a little bit more presentable here. How you guys doing? You guys enjoying? You guys getting ready for the snow? I bet most of you guys are expecting snow. Some of you guys in Cali, in the Pacific Northwest, I don't think you really have much to worry about. But I think people in like Texas, people in the Midwest, Well, if you're in the Midwest, you're probably used to snow. It's mostly people in Texas and like Louisiana and shit. That's where they don't really get much snow. Supposedly could be turning to icing, causing much more problems. I've been watching this like storm for the past week. It's been very fascinating. We here in Philadelphia are projected anywhere from 9 inches to 18 inches. So at the very least, we should be getting around 6 inches of snow. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, is like 6 inches. I didn't actually look at the weather stuff today, so I could be the forecasts could be different, but there were forecasts that we could be getting up to almost 2 feet of snow here, which is pretty crazy. But that's not uncommon for this area. There's a lot of stuff and infrastructure put in place to deal with this snow. We used to have snowstorms all the time. It's only been more, maybe the last 10, 20, maybe the last 10, 15 years where big snowstorms were pretty few and far between. But I remember as a kid in the 90s, we would have snowstorms all the time. Almost every year you could expect one big snowstorm. Not really the case anymore. We haven't had a big snowstorm in quite a bit. You know, we get like a few inches here and there. Sometimes it would be little blizzard conditions. You couldn't really drive in it, but then it'd be all cleaned up in a couple days. We get the same as you for the most part? Yeah. Pacific Northwest, bright, sunny, and freezing cold today. Well, at least you guys are bright and sunny. That's always nice. Yeah, we're expecting some big snow, but that's what they say. How much do you really rely on these meteorologists? A lot of it seems like a little bit of like sensationalism to me. February 3rd, I fly into Massachusetts. Hope I'm not flying into that. You should be okay. You should be okay. You never know, but you should be okay. All right, so yeah, you guys getting ready for the snow? Northwest is cold as F right now, but snow is always minimal. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing about the Pacific Northwest specifically. You guys get a lot of rain. You don't really have to worry too much about like snow that much. You do get a lot of rain though. But I like that. I like that rainy vibe. I don't mind it. And if you're in LA, 71 and sunny and beautiful every day. You are living the life. If you live in LA, you're living the life, man. You don't know how good you have it. A lot of us has got to suffer for half the year we suffer. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I live somewhere that has winter. I hate winter. I truly do. As I gotten older, I've grown to hate winter. It just doesn't, it's not necessary. Global warming needs to hurry up and fix this whole winter problem. At least where I live. Got the new Ultimate Sugar Cookies. Smells so good. Test it right now, Fiddy. If you don't test it right now, I'm going to be mad. Test it. Let us know what it's like compared to Capella's Sugar Cookie. The 23 millimeter nitrous is not quite as good as a 22. Well, they're never as good. 22 is ideal. 23 is 1 millimeter too much. We figured it out. 22 millimeter is perfect. It's just enough room while keeping it nice and condensed. All right, so here it is. Let's take a look at this stuff. I got the second cam up, guys, so we can get a nice little close up. Oh, look at that. I'm bad at this, so just bear with me. I'm not very good at this hand modeling thing. Hold on a second. How does Grim Green do it? I don't know. He's good at the hand modeling. There we go. This is the Recoil R3 Team Single Coil. I know nothing about this device. Like I said, I just saw Grim Green talking about it. I want to support him. He's an OG. He's been doing this forever. Seems like he has no intentions of stopping. Just like your boy here. So just want to let you guys know. Just like your boy here. If you want to support DIY or Die. But also, I like the original Recoil. I thought it was cool. The snakebite airflow is really, I think, kind of I like that the most about this design. I think it actually is kind of innovative. The way that it not only channels the airflow the way you want it, right? So the way this is made, it's actually pretty cool because I can just show you with a different thing here. let me bring up the price too, just so you guys know what the value proposition is. The price is around $50, I would say. Yeah, it's around like $50. So it's not, you know, it's not free. It's not like a Pixie that you're getting for like $10. But it's also not $150. It's not $100. It's not a Hemo type of price. It's a very respectable price. And I gotta say, comes in this nice little box, nice little packaging here. Flips up, and you get multiple things here. So you get 2 different top caps. You get one with a 510 and then one with an 810. So this is the 510. I have the 810 on there, where you can just pop this bad boy on. Boop. And there you go, right? The 510 is, well, I guess this isn't really a, is this a 510? It's not really a 510, as a matter of fact. I think it closes, I don't know. It doesn't really look like a 510. It looks a little bit bigger than a 510. But it's also, maybe it, hold on, let me check. It looks like a 510. No, it's not a 510. It's not a 510. So what it is a built-in 810. It's a built-in 810. So that inner diameter is not a 510. There is an 810 to 510 converter for the one cap. The other cap is proprietary. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So then this would be the one for the 510. Okay, I see. Let's open it up. You also get 3 decks here. You get one that's installed that I believe is a 3.0 deck. This is the 3.0 deck. I took it out and I installed the 2.50 deck. It's not a deck, I'm sorry. This is the airflow. So here you can kind of get a good look for how the snake bites kind of work here. Bear with me while I try to do this. So here you can kind of see how the snake bite works. It's just like a nice little angled airflow. And then your coil would sit right between there, right? And it actually works really nice. Now, from what I remember, it's not quite as, how do I put it? It's not quite as, the clarity on this type of, from the previous version, the previous Recoil, the clarity of the vape isn't as good as complete direct side airflow like a Hadley or an Entheon, or I should say Hadley or Citadel, where it's right there. The airflow comes straight in, hits it at like a high velocity, and then right to your mouth. It did have a little less clarity. There was a little bit more of a, with less clarity came much more smoother pull. Like it feels nice and smooth to pull in. But the flavor itself, the detail and the clarity isn't quite as high as that sort of like straight to the side airflow. I'm curious if this changes it, because this seems like it's really trying to get as close as possible to that coil. And whatever other design changes they made, maybe it kind of helps it out. But that was one thing that I remember about the Recoil was it was just a little slightly less clear. Oh, it comes with one of these. These are cool. If you don't know what this is like a coil foot thing. I'm so bad at this. Because I have to look, and I have to, the way when I look at my screen, if I move to the left, then it moves to the right. So this is for your coil leads. Now, does anyone know what numbers I'm supposed to use? Because I don't know. Have I tried the Nitrous 22? Let me look. I don't think so. I don't think so. I actually might have one. Hold on. I might have tried it. I was just looking in my thing and I saw something very similar to that. I don't know if it was a nitrous though. Coil cutting guide. Yeah, it's a coil cutting guide. But see, the leads here, this kind of gives you this gives you the like how long your leads should be. So you would put the coil in there and then the leads will pop out and you just snip the leads down here. But I don't know what number I'm supposed to be using. I'm assuming I would use 4 or 5, but I could be wrong. I think you need 6mm for single. Oh, okay. So then I could just use the 6. Okay. Oh, it does. It actually says it. I'm wrong. I'm actually an idiot. It actually does say it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's an arrow there. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the arrow is on the 6. Thank you, Hungry Hippo. Okay, that makes it easy. So now we know. Nice little baggie of goodies here. Is that a squonk pin that I see? Yeah, you got a nice little squonk pin. Of course. Of course you get a squonk pin. Extra little screws. Nice. Oh, it also comes with a coil. Nice looking coils. These look like just like regular fused Claptons, maybe. 3-core Clapton coil. 26 gauge 3. It's a tri-core Clapton. Maybe we'll install one of those, because I love that. Oh, look at this! Look at this! This I dig. I've never seen this. I've never ever seen this before. An atomizer stand. Is that what this is? That's an atomizer stand right there. Comes with an atomizer stand. I'm assuming that's what it is, right? I dig that. I super dig that. Oh, and then here is the 510 adapter, which we will want to test out. We have to test out the 510. All right, so there we go. It does not sit flush, so there will be a little lip. It's not pushed down, but there's like a little, maybe like a millimeter lip there. It doesn't sink into. Actually, let's test it. I don't think it does. Nah, it doesn't. Something to note for those who like a nice clean seated 510. This will not. This will have a little bit of a raised platform when you put that 510 in there. However, the 810s will be nice and clean. Everyone's recommending 6.5, 7 for single, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look at the deck here. Get a focus going. There we go. So you can see it's got that Monopoly house type of system going on. So when you drip, it pours. It doesn't pool, which actually is a problem. You don't want pooling, because what happens is when it pools like that underneath the coil, people don't know this, right? And this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here to teach you. So the reason why pooling is bad right underneath your coil on the deck is that it can pull in water, because VG is hydroscopic. It can pull in the moisture from the air, and that would create a little bit of water, which you do not want. No water. Water is very, very bad with vaping. We do not want any water. So what this does is just leads it right into your cotton, or just doesn't let it pool, which is ultimately the bigger issue. And then you can see here, it's this kind of an interesting little, it's a very big deck. The deck seems quite big here. There we go. It's like it seems like it takes up quite a bit of room in this device here. So let's go and build it. Let's get in here and start building this. I'm just gonna use one of his coils for now. I also got a thing of coils. I don't know if I ordered this. I don't think I did order this. I think it came with this. These are more tri-core Claptons. This is basically the same kind. Oh, these are Nichrome 80. I'm assuming that these coils are also nichromaty. It does not say. Does not say. These are also 3.5 inner diameter, which is a little big. Am I crazy? So we would have to put the 3 millimeter one on there. Yeah, let's just use one of their coils for now. It looks like it's already. Nope. There we go. So I'm just gonna put it in the 6. And I guess just snip off the feet here. That should be perfect. So looking at it, the coil would sit like this here. Something like that. What kind of screws are these? Flatheads? This is a 2 millimeter screwdriver and it does fit. Very nice. I'm excited to try this out. It's been a while since you tried a new RDA. Basically, since I got that rabbit, that was kind of the last new RDA we really tried here on the channel. One thing I'm kind of afraid of is that should be fine. Oh yeah. So that fits nicely here. Get that. Easy. Easy building. You can really crank on these too. You can really get cranking on them. It's pretty cool. Nothing's touching. Looks good to me. If I can get another nitrous, I'll send you one, Wayne. Yeah, let me know. I can pay for shipping. If you're hyping it up like that, hell yeah, I'll try it out. Oh, battery's dead. Oh, no battery at all. I love this little coil master thing. It's one of the things I'm most happy I purchased in my vape life. If you don't have like a little coil builder thing like this, try to get one. They're just nice to have. They're truly just nice to have. Look at that nice blue. That looks good. Yeah, it comes around 0.23. Just like they said it would. So that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, sorry. I'm working on putting out more coil building videos. Do it, bro. Do it. Do it. I would love to. It's super fun. So let's pop this one out. This is the 2.5 millimeter. I'm gonna throw the 3 millimeter one on here. Now it said this was 3 millimeter. Yeah, that's like, it's like right, it's like perfect. It's perfect. Here, let me show you kind of how that will sit on there. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this. You can see the airflow just like slamming right into it, which is cool. That like it's a cool design. It's just cool. It's not, you know, the run of the mill same shit that you get. It's cool. Now, does this slot in? Does this have a? Yeah, it does. All right. I gotta say the tolerances on these, the tolerances on the metal here and the O-rings is like really nice. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. It's snug, but it goes in. You know what I mean? That's nice. Now I washed my hands before, so hopefully we don't get any hand oils on this. Did Fiddy try the sugar cookie yet? We're still waiting, Fiddy. Nice cotton bacon, yes please. Beautiful. So you're not getting a lot of room here on the deck. So what's gonna happen when you drip? It's gonna drip down here. So you might actually want your cotton to be a little bit longer so you can kind of fill these gaps in. But it's okay. I'll just keep it like that. Just gonna keep it like that. We're gonna drip some strawberry cheesecake that I made. And we're gonna compare it right next to this rabbit that I have. Also, I vaped the Hadley and the Citadel for so long, so many times, that I know exactly how that vape is. So this is obviously going to be compared against everything that we've owned. I like the Monopoly House thing. I think it's cool. Yeah, looks cool, man. Let's juice it up. Let's get into this. $13 feet? What is that? A Moza 13 feet? It's better than cotton bacon? No way. You could never get a good flavor out of cotton bacon? Long break-in time? Excuse me? Are you vaping the same bacon as I am? Alright, so this does have a, these like little feet here that this sits into. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you're getting like a pretty condensed little chamber here. It's a nice little condensed chamber. You guys can see that. Like it's you're right there. And then of course the top cap. I'm gonna kind of move this over a bit. There we go. Okay. Let's look at the drip mechanics here. So you drip in, you can see it doing work. Now, obviously, one of the coolest things about the Recoil, about the original Recoil design, the snakebite design, it ain't really leaking. Like, you're not gonna really get juice. It's just not gonna leak out. So that's one of the cool things about it. It ain't leaking. It is not leaking. But knock on wood, maybe it does leak. I don't know. Maybe it actually will leak. All right, now look, because I put that one on, I forgot I should have done this before. So the top cap is actually connected to the snake bite holder. You actually have to unscrew it. And I was super worried that this was going to be a problem and be like super hard to unscrew. They're not. They actually, you don't have to worry too much about it. Don't crank down on them, but there is an O-ring in it. Like I said, the tolerances are nice. So like that was relatively easy to do. It's Amazon, Wayne. It's trash. Oh, okay. Yeah, also, Fitty, enough talking and start testing. I'm just fucking with you. There we go. Yeah, you can get that. You can screw that on pretty tight. So I would be careful with that. You don't want to get it to a point where you can't really get that top cap off. Now, for the most part, I don't really change too much between 3 millimeters and 2.5. I'm usually around just 2.5. So, you know, I'm trying it with these coils, but if I'm using them with my own coils, I'm just going to use the 2.5 one. And that's pretty much just going to live there forever. All right, let's put a drip tip on it and let's rip. I gotta say, Grim, it looks pretty fucking cool. It looks fucking cool. I wonder if I have a cool beauty ring that I can put on there. Unfortunately, it's not gonna look as cool on this ugly device, but you know what? Okay, so I'm not actually all the way seated on this. There we go. Now we're seated. All right, this is our first rip of the R3 single coil. Just using a fuse Clapton, their fuse Claptons that I bought from their site. Everything's good. Ooh. You hear that crackle there? I'll test it, but not home right now. All right, just take your time. Let me know when you test it. Very curious. Let's break through some of this cotton. It's a lot more airflow than I remember it being, and than I expected. You are getting a swooshy. I don't know if swooshies. You're getting. It's not restrictive really. It's like a very clean sort of inhale, but it's not very restrictive, and there really is no way to adjust the airflow. It's either you like this airflow or you don't. Which I do. I think the airflow is nice on it. It's not my particular perfect airflow. I do like it a little bit more restrictive than this. Am I crazy? I remember this Recoil also having a more restrictive wall. Like you can put different ones on there, like a smaller snake bite or a larger snake bite. Am I crazy? Did that exist or am I dumb? I'm wondering if the crackling is coming from the boiling on that little table there, on that little rooftop. Yeah, some people can't knuckle, which I get. I'm pretty crazy when it comes to that. All right, what are my thoughts on this? I like it. I think the flavor is really nice on this. I think the flavor is really nice. I think the vapor's nice. It's not a hot vape, but it also isn't like a cool vape. Do you see Breestone's classic bacon roll video? I don't remember if I have or not. I might have seen it. It sounds familiar. Is that where he rolls the cotton up or something? Crackle comes from wicking plus coil quality. Yeah, that's usually where it comes from, but I'm wondering if it's also crackling on the base. I mean, it's probably not. It's probably the coil. This isn't the tightest wick. I didn't make the tightest wick possible, so that might be it. The flavor's good. The flavors are solid. I would say like a solid. I would say the flavor on this, right, with 2 lanes open, which is kind of how I like it. I don't remember the name of this. The Dead Rabbit, I think it's called. I really don't remember anything. I'm an idiot. There we go. So like the flavor on this with 2 lanes closed, I would give this like a 9 out of 10. I would give the flavor on this like a 9 out of 10. To me, it's a really nice flavor. It's like a clear flavor. It has like nice body to it, but there's also detail and there's you get some of that sparkle. It's not a 10 out of 10, which I would say the Hadley and the Citadel are both 10 out of 10s. Perfect. You really can't. I can't even think of anything that has really come close to the level of clarity, detail, but also vapor, mouthfeel, body, exhale, inhale. You get all of that with the Hadley and Citadel, right? Well, more so the Hadley. The Citadel is a little bit, maybe that's a 9.5. That one's a little bit focused on like the highs. This, I would say the flavor is probably around an 8. I would say you get like an 8 on the flavor. I think you could get a little bit better flavor if you could kind of restrict the airflow just a little bit. If there was like a tiny adjustment to that or another cap that I could get that would just close it down a little bit more, then I think that would bump it up to like a 9. What it does do really well is it provides a really smooth experience. Like there really is like no, you just feel that smooth, swooshy kind of nice, almost like velvety vapor. It's like a nice velvety vape. Also with this design, it's not leaking. Like you could put it on its side, it ain't gonna leak, which is huge. Because this thing, the Hadley, those fuckers leak. That's what sucks about them. They leak a lot. You can restrict it with the single coil kit. I don't know. I thought this was the single coil kit. Am I wrong? Is this not? Wait, are these different? Oh. All right, so I was you're right. You can restrict it. All right, let's restrict it. So I was assuming the numbers on the side of these was the coil that you should use with it. It's not. There's nothing to do with that. That's the size of the airflow holes. So we're going to use the more closed down one. And then reconfigure our review here. I see. So there's a 2.5. There's a 2. And then there's a 3. Let's go with the 2. Let's just go the other end of the spectrum here. I see. I see. There we go. Now let's try this. Wait. Get your shit together. Well, now I have juice all over my hands. All right, anyways. That's much more restrictive. Much more restrictive. Well, okay, I get it now. I understand the vision. Much more restrictive. So I might go 2.5. The 2 seems a little too tight. All right, let's try the flavor, though. The flavor's better. The flavor is better. It's not substantially better. It doesn't actually bring it up to as high as I thought it would. But it is better. I would recommend restricting it down just a little bit. If you care about flavor at all. If you care about like a nice saturated flavor. So trying to find these little things is a little tricky. It's a messy process here. We're just juicing up these O-rings. We're just juicing it up to the O-rings. Let's try the 2.5. Oh, that's my speed right there. Wow, the difference 0.5 millimeters brings. The difference 0.5 millimeters brings. That's my speed. Okay, so the 2.5, like we originally had. For some reason, I expected it to be the like you should use a 2 millimeter coil here, inner diameter. I was wondering why they gave 3.5 millimeter inner diameter coils when there's no 3.5 option. So that's just the size of the hole. That 2.5 is equal to like this. It's equal to the exact sort of restriction that this has with 2 holes open. It's pretty similar to whoop, whoop, whoop. And if I were to open up to the 3, then that's similar to the 3. It's a little bit more. The flavor's good. The flavor is good. It's smooth. It looks nice. Like it's a nice looking little RDA there. Let's try 510. Do I like it better than what? Than the rabbit? Do I like it better than the Hadley? No. It's gonna take something crazy for the Hadley to be dethroned. Do I like it better than the rabbit? I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. That remains to be seen. I would say it's on par for sure. It's on par with that, which is good news because the Rabbit was all I used for a long time. I have to watch this real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Be right back. For me to really know if I will use it or not, I just have to use it. You know what I mean? I just gotta use it. If I end up using it, then you'll know if I like it better. Usually when I find an RDA, I stick with it for quite some time. As you guys have seen. Looks like it's got a little top hat. Can you see that? That's kind of cute. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Would you like to have a vape? Would you like a vape, sir? Please vape me. I'm just a poor little boy. Would you please like a little vape? OG Hadley, the Clone Citadel? Yeah, it's all the fucking same. I don't like the 510 on this. I don't like the 510. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think the 810 is the move. The 510 just doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel... You're not getting the recoil experience. It just feels like... It just seems like it's just there to kind of... to be there. I think the 810 is the way to do it. The 810 with the 2.5, I think, is the sweet spot. That's a nice vape. I gotta say, I do like it. I do like it. I think I'm gonna use it for a little bit. I'm curious if I'm gonna miss using the Rabbit or the Hadley, because that's a lot of the times what happens is I'll try a new RDA, I'll be hype on it for a little bit, but then I'll kind of miss. I'll be like, damn, I'll go and vape a Hadley or the whatever, and I'll be like, damn, I forgot how much better that is. So that part remains to be seen, because that does happen a lot with me. But right now, I do think it's like super solid. There is just a little bit of, how do I say this? It's just a little less detailed. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, is that Rabbit has a little bit more detail. This one has a little less detail. And it's strictly because it has to channel. It's not straight direct airflow. For some reason that makes a big difference. Because of that channeling effect, while it, you know, the pros of that, you don't get any muting. You get a much more smooth, velvety vape experience. But the sacrifice is the detail and the clarity is just a little less detailed than the Rabbit. Not by much though. Not by much. Compared to the Hadley and the Citadel, it's quite a bit less detailed. I would say it's around like an 8.5. I think setting it up with the 2.5 restriction definitely bumped that flavor up a little bit, about a half a point. I'd say the flavor's around like an 8.5. But I really like the vape on it. I think the vape on it is sweet. I think it's got a sweet vape. Like a 9. And the design is sick. The design is clearly, I mean, well, I would say it's a 9. I can't say it's a 10 because I'm going to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the anodized. I like the just plain stainless steel. I think if this had a plain stainless steel one, I'd be a little bit hyper on the design. You know what I mean? But overall, the design is nice. Like it is a sick looking RDA, especially with the gray cap on there. Let me put it on a nice looking device. I'll put it on the Titan. It'll look nice on the Titan. Yeah, I do want to try the squonk on it. That's true. I should try the squonk on it. I won't do that today. We'll do that another day. Like that's a mean looking setup right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a mean looking setup. What else would it look good on? It'll definitely look good on this one. Right? That looks pretty cool. Yeah, the silvers are a little different shades, but looks cool. Looks cool nonetheless. On the SX. Looks great on the SX. Honestly, the black might look better on this one. But it does look great on there. The new flip side squonker? All right, I'll check it out. I do need new mods. Any other mod recommendations, send it to me. Yeah, the Rapid's been great. I've been very happy with that recommendation. Just abort. Just abort. It's a great vape. It's a great vape. It's a great vape. Great work. Great vape, great work. What else can I say about it? Here, let's try this top cap. Let's try this top cap. I mean, it is 810, right? It looks a little wider than 810 on this top cap. You know, I gotta say, I might prefer the proprietary top cap. So with the, at least with this drip tip that I'm using, you could see it's like stubby, right? With this one, it feels like this is a much longer top drip tip, I should say. The drip tip is longer, so you kind of wrap around it better. And with that, it feels like a much more old school. You get a more old school feeling of a vape with this. That's like an old school like cloud chaser type of vape, which is cool. Do I have any microscopes or telescopes? I do not. Try with the 510 drip tip in single. Oh, you're talking to someone else, though. Let me look at the flip side. I started running recently. I'm so exhausted. I'm like, my body is like so tired. Where do I find it? The Dopvo flip side? Ooh, it does look pretty cool. Wait a second. Is that what this is? Isn't that what this is? Of course this is not working now. Come on. Come on. Isn't this a flip side? This thing lasted 1 day. Nah, it lasted like 3 days. This thing was a piece of actual dog shit. It just died immediately. No idea what happened to it. And I liked it. It was pretty cool for when it worked. But this one looks cool, actually. This one looks kind of cool. That's the older topside. Topside light. That's what it was. Yep. Topside light. Man, you guys are good with your hardware. Yeah, I did like this for when it worked. It didn't last very long, though, unfortunately. I think my overall score... No, I shouldn't say my score. Let's take that back. My overall first impression with the Recoil R3 Team Single Coil Thundercloud X Grim Green device. Say it's a 9 out of 10. Flavor, 8.5. Design, 9.5. The vape, 9. That averages around to being a 9, I think. That averages around to being a 9. The other cool thing about it is I don't really have to worry about leaking, which is actually huge. Yeah, I don't know which top cap I prefer. I might prefer my stubby little drip tip. I'm not sure. I gotta say too, all the little gizmos and gadgets it comes with. I mean, it's a nice little value, guys. For $50, you're supporting someone that should be supported. You're getting a cool device. It's definitely worth checking out if you have $50 and you want something new. You want a new little toy. This is pretty fucking cool. This is a cool little value. I wish that... How could I make this... How could I think that I could make this better? Because I don't really know. I've never made an RDA. I feel as if you could shorten the channels a little bit. Just make them a little shorter so you're getting less channeling. You're getting a tighter experience. I think that could help the flavor a little bit. The problem is if you did that... Well, see, because this has channels too, but... You can see, even with this, like, the channels aren't that long. So you really don't even notice that they're being channeled. You know what I'm saying? Like, this does have channeling. It's just so hard to do, guys. So if you can see, like, this does have a bit of a channel, but they're not nearly as long. So you don't really, but also, look. See, this is the problem with this that the Recoil doesn't have, is this leaks. You put it on its side, it's going to drip on you. It's going to shit and piss all over you, you know? Which, you know, that sucks. You put your vape in your pocket, it falls on its side, your pocket now smells like strawberry shortcake. That's not good. With the Recoil, as long as you don't keep it upside down, it shouldn't leak on you. It should not leak on you. It should be nearly physically impossible for it to leak on you. Unless you had so much juice in there that it filled up to a point where it could go through those channels, which is never going to really happen. Rewick that coil. It just looks like it needs to be rewicked in that angle. It's actually pretty clean. Yeah, this is an interesting little. The rabbit's pretty cool. I've been happy with that recommendation for sure. But yeah, look, it's leaked all over me. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Yo, guys, I might be team 810. I might be team 810. Using that 510, I was like, ugh. My lips feel like I'm like. Yeah, I would say this is a 9 out of 10. But it's a great value. A great value. I think it's pretty good. Maybe I'm being extra generous on it because of where it comes from and who it's made by and yada yada. Maybe I'm being a little too generous on it, but I don't mind that. I think it's worthy of being generous for. Like being completely objective on the flavor, it's not as good as the Hadley. It's like, here's the Hadley and here's the Recoil RDA. It's just, it's on a different, it's in a different orbit, right? And then comparing it to the Dead Rabbit, I would say the Dead Rabbit just has a bit more clarity. Your flavors just are a bit brighter. They're a bit more detailed. Hadley being a 10. Maybe the flavor even being on this being close to like a 9.5. This, I think it is a step down in flavor compared to that experience. But it's not a bad flavor. It's really not. Like, you're getting good flavor, and the pros that you get, that sacrifices on that, I think it's worth, you know, it might be worth the trade-off for some people. All right, guys, that's all I had planned for today. I don't think we're going to do any mixing today. I don't feel so well. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I need to take a nap. I have to fucking get ready for this goddamn snowstorm. We can hang out for a little bit, though. Any other hardware that I should take a look at? Any new RDAs? Any other new RDAs that have come out? Let's take a look. Let's look at Grimm's channel. He's always got the newest shit going on. Let's take a look. You would give the nitrous an 11 out of 10 on flavor? Oh, I gotta try it then. Let me see. Let me look in here real quick, because I could have sworn I saw something similar. Is it a newer RDA? If it's newer, then I definitely don't have it. Trading Bitcoin. I haven't traded Bitcoin in a bit. I mostly just buy it. I haven't quite traded anything. Not much trading going on this side of things. Let me see here. I'm pissed that I can't find my original Recoil. I don't know where I put it. Look at this thing. Why is this in here? Remember this? Why? No, that's not it. No. Oh, yeah. Remember this thing? This is the worst RDA I've ever purchased. And this was a lot of money. This was a lot of money. The worst purchase I ever made. We've talked about this before. I forget the name of it. Maybe it's like, I forget the name of it. It's a top airflow. Look at the deck on this. I don't even know how to fucking take this thing apart. Does it unscrew or something? What's going on here? It's fused forever. It's never coming apart. Oh shit. I'm afraid I'm gonna break this. Yeah, that's fucking on there, dude. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm never using it. It's the worst device I've ever purchased. Look at the airflow on this. Just look at it. Whoever made this, shame on you. That the airflow comes in, literally comes in from the top. In a tiny little single coil. What a dog shit. And when I got it, I was like, oh, this looks cool. Looks like it's gonna have a lot of flavor because it's so tiny. How wrong I was. How wrong I was. Oh, one thing that we have to build. This is what we're building next week. Oh, I found it. All right, I found my recoil. Here it is. Here's the original recoil. Whoop. Here's my original recoil. You can see that I just think the stainless steel looks better, doesn't it? I think the stainless steel just looks a little bit better than the anodized. So you can see the channels are a little higher, it looks like, on that one. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, they are. They're like a millimeter higher, maybe. I did love this one. But you can see here, right? It's a cool little device. This is dual coil. Pretty much strictly a dual coil RDA. You wouldn't really ever want to use it without dual coils. But this was good. This one had great flavor too. And it looks cool. You can also see the logo's a lot thicker on the newer one. Compared to that. I kind of like the skinnier logo, to be honest. I think that looks a little bit meaner. Maybe it's just the color too. If that was stainless, I think it would look cooler. Oh yeah, but this is what we're building next week. We have to build ourselves the classic Griffin. I got one and we never built it. We have to build it. We have to build it. It's just brand new. It's not even opened. Shout out to who sent it to me. I forget who it was. But you can see the tape is still on there. Right? It's never been opened. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Let's open it, actually. All right, let's put this away. Let's put this away. Oh, this is the mutation tank. I got a bunch of RDTAs in there. Bunch of wacky RDTAs. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I just want to see it. It's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, a fresh new Griffin. I want to see a moonshot. That I think I do have is a moonshot. Oh. Look at that. In all of its glory. The greatest the RDTA ever made. Oh, it's beautiful. What are we going to put on it? That's the question. What are we going to put on it? Velocity style deck. Look at that. Building on this is going to be super fun. Because it's not easy to build on this. You need a super tiny coil. Everything's got to go right. The wicks have to be perfect. But once you get it right, man, is it a good vape. Man, is it a good vape. At least from what I remember. Maybe we vape it now and we're like, what the fuck? Why did we even think this was good back in the day? You know what I mean? Why did we even think that was good? Yeah, Geek Vape, yeah. Whew. The tsunami. The tsunami. I remember that. I got a Snapdragon. I mean, we got a lot of goodies that we can fuck around with. So that's what's fun. If you're a newer vapor and you're using pods and stuff, try to get your hands on some like old school real vaping tech. You'll be surprised at how much better that it is. I think you would really be surprised. I think you'd be surprised. There was like a time in vaping where new innovations and new things was coming out like every week. There'd be multiple new things coming out. Pushing the boundaries of how much flavor and how much vapor you could get out of a little thing like that. And it was a fun time. And, you know, we don't really have that anymore. But when we get something new, we got to try to get it in, okay? When new stuff comes out, let me know. I'll try my best to get it in. And you guys can support me by heading to the website, getting a membership there. It's like my personal Patreon. You can pick up my one-shots over at Liquid Barn or at Flavor Jungle. I sell one-shots there. I have to keep this in here. So one thing that I don't like about these is that you should keep them. Which means that it's just another thing that you got to keep around. It's not necessary. You don't 100% need them because you could just eye it for the most part. It's usually what I do. But it does make life a lot easier when you have it. Cool, man. I like the device. Super fun. Good work. To the team at Thundercloud and Grim, good work. It's pretty cool. Shout out Team Single Coil. Who needs 2 coils? You only need 1. It's the same thing. Buy as much bacon as you can get. As much as you can get. As much money as you have, spend it all. We should, honestly, vaping. I got an idea. For vaping, we should all just use cotton bacon as money. I'll sell you 2 strips. For that one RDA, I'll sell you 2 strips of bacon. Oh, this RDA is worth 10 strips of bacon. This mod's worth 2 packages of bacon. Think about it. All money is value at the end of the day, right? And cotton bacon is very valuable. To me, at least. To some people, like, what's his name? He doesn't like it. What else have they released? Let me take a look. Let's see what they got here. I did look for mods on their website, and there wasn't any. The Blaze Pro, the Blaze Solo, the Bonzo Pro. Recoil R3, fire back harder. Recoil R3, single coil RDA, maximum recoil. Requiem RBA. Thundercloud Blaze dual coil RDA by Mike. Thundercloud Bonza Pro by Vapin' Bogan. The Bonza. Well, Thundercloud, if you need a guy to make a flavor RDA, I'm your man. Hit me up. We're waiting for our RDA deal. 10 years in the making. We're still waiting for one, guys. Don't worry, it'll come. It'll come. The RDA deal will come. And we will make it, and it'll be a monumentous occasion. I promise I will spend every waking moment crafting the greatest flavor RDA there ever was. And it ends up just being the exact same thing as a Hadley. Just with my face on it. And just like it just ends up being the same exact design. My daughter, my second daughter, her birthday is tomorrow. Can you believe it? Her first birthday. It's her first birthday. Unbelievable that time has gone this fast already. I mean, my second one is going to be 5. Okay? Let's put this into perspective. If you've watched me since my early days, since my first videos, you would have seen me buy my first house before I was even married. And now I have 2 kids, one turning 5. Think about how much time has just passed. Think about that. Does that make you feel old? Call it the dadly. The dadly. Do you know comments are turned off on a lot of your videos? YouTube just fucks me up. Yeah, YouTube's all fucked up. I don't know why it does that. I like the dadly. That's a fucking awesome name. The DOD RDA. The Dodd. I already have a name. I already have pretty much the whole thing scoped out already. We've talked about it before. It would be called the Reference. The Reference RDA. That's the name of it. The Reference. It would be the RDA that has to be compared to all other RDAs. It would be that monumentous. It'd be the Reference RDA. Every time you would get a new RDA, you'd be like, well, I have to compare it against the Reference, which is the Reference RDA. They would have the Reference flavor. And anytime, this would be the great thing about the Reference RDA. All of us, excuse me, all of us, we would all just agree that anytime you make a vape flavor or a recipe, you vape it on the Reference RDA, and your notes would be with the Reference RDA. Does that make sense? The notes would be the Reference RDA. Whatever the Reference RDA is, that's what the notes are. So everyone knows exactly how something would taste because you tested it in the Reference RDA with the Coil specifications that you used. So Alien 2.5, Nichrome 80, pushing at 80 watts, Reference RDA. You already know, oh, this is what this vape should feel and taste like. Perfect. Now I have a great understanding of what this recipe should be. Because a lot of times people, you vape something, you're like, the taste is very different than what this person says it is. Well, because that person's vaping it on something completely different. Of course it's different. Not with the Reference RDA, my friends. Now, we've tried to make the Hadley a Reference RDA, but because it's kind of difficult to get and, it's too expensive, it doesn't work the same. It doesn't work the same. This would have to be a cheap device that every DIYer would be like, I should get one just so I can have the reference of flavor. That was the idea that I had. So if anyone wants to come and make it, let me know. I'll only take 75%. All right, I'll take 80%. 226 plus 36 gauge Clapton's 5 wraps. Yeah. That's pretty much me too. Similar to that. Similar to that. Isn't the Hadley discontinued? Yeah. Yep. I've watched you since 2016. Much love, brother. Happy 10 years. Thank you for your long support. It means everything. It truly does. The reason why I'm still here is because the support that I have. But isn't that a cool idea? I mean, that's the idea, at least. If it was like $25, something like that, be like, yeah, I'll just get a couple reference RDAs. Just for my testing. And obviously the flavor would be immaculate. But it wouldn't be anything crazy either. You can still get clone Hadleys, yeah. Yeah, and they're pretty close. From what I know, they're you know, it's not an intricate design. Really, the best thing about the Hadley, the best design about the Hadley are the clamps, like the Coil, the lead clamps. That was like a nice little thing that they had. It's just like a simple design. What really sells it is the structure of it, and the flavor that comes out of it is just top notch. It's so good. Obviously, if you can't get an original Hadley, just go for the clone. Same for the Citadel. The Citadel is a little bit more. There's a little bit more going on with that one though. Yeah, the flavor is pretty top tier on this. Not upset at this at all, one bit. I think a 9 overall score. Now, we'll do a final score maybe in a week or two. Let me just spend some time with it. Let me see how much. Maybe I won't like it. Maybe after a week I'm like, you know what? It's just not for me. Maybe that'll be a case. I don't know. Only time will tell, guys. All right, I got to get out of here. I love you all. Have a great weekend. If you're going to get snowed in, stay safe. Get the salt. Let me know if you're in trouble or anything, or if anyone needs any help. We have a nice community here. We can always try to get you some help, whatever it may be, you know? If you're stuck somewhere, if your house has been snowed in and turned to ice, your kids have turned to ice, you need someone to come help thaw you out, we'll help you guys out, all right? I promise. I love you all. Have a great